Hey guys, Freddy22 here, and welcome back to another installment of my DVD collection videos. Now this is going to be the first video where we're kicking off the B's in my collection, so I got a ton in this section, so let's go ahead and get right into it. The first one I have is the 1984 flick Bachelor Party. This is always a fun one, starring Tom Hanks. It's pretty cool that this old DVD. I'm not exactly too sure when this DVD was released, but it's just really cool that they retained the original poster art, because I feel like that's really rare these days. You always get like a really cheap Photoshop hack job on these covers when they can just stick to like the original poster art, which was probably 1,000 times better than like anything these guys are doing on computers now. So, but yeah, this is a great film, really funny, early, Tom Hanks role, so definitely check this one out, it's a good time. The next one is one of my favorite films of all time, and it's found in the trilogy box set, and that is, of course, Back to the Future, and this is the DVD collection that comes with all three of them, and it's got over 10 hours of special features. What else could you say about this trilogy? It's one of the best trilogies, ever in cinema. Michael J. Fox is amazing in this, Christopher Lloyd, Lea Thompson, and of course, the wonderful directing of Robert Zemeckis, who's one of my favorite directors of all time. So, yeah, the original Back to the Future is one of my favorite films of all time, and the sequels are just as fun. So this is, for any film buff, I feel like this is just, crucial to have in anybody's collection. Excellent trilogy. The next one is, of course, another one from the 80s. This is the 1986 Rodney Dangerfield starring Back to School. Like I said, another fun one. You get a cool appearance by the band Oingo Boingo in this, who play their classic tune, Dead Man's Party, in a scene. And the music in this film is actually from Danny Elfman, who was the lead singer of Oingo Boingo. But this film is really, really funny. I mean, this is probably one of Rodney Dangerfield's best. And it's really cool to note that his son is actually played by Keith Gordon, who is actually the main star in the 1983 classic John Carpenter film Christine. So this is a great comedy, definitely worth checking out if you haven't seen already. The next one is a really cool, underrated horror film from the 80s, 1988, called Bad Dreams. Last time I checked, this DVD was recently out of print, and I managed to snag it right as it was going out the door. But this is really cool. It stars Jennifer Rubin, who many of you guys would recall from Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. And this film just pretty much is a kind of a ripoff of Nightmare 3. It deals with, it basically, is a ripoff of Elm Street in general, but really specifically Nightmare 3. It deals with, kids in, like, a clinic, and they also went as far to, like, cast Jennifer Rubin, who was in Nightmare 3, but, even though, it bears, similarities, this film is really, really awesome and really, really kick-ass. Richard Lynch is really, really creepy and, has a frightening presence in this film, so this is definitely one to check out, if you guys have never heard of it. The next one is again one of my favorite films of all time, and this is Batman, the motion picture anthology collection, 1989 to 1997, and of course this comes with the original 1989 Batman, 1992's Batman Returns, 1995's Batman Forever, and 1997's piece of shit Batman and Robin. So I was really excited to get this box set. The special features are really excellent on this, and now I'm upgrading I have the first one on Blu-ray, and I'm just waiting for Batman Returns to be released on Blu-ray. But like I said, the original 1989 flick is one of my favorite films of all time. Tim Burton did a superb job. The acting talents of Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson are just amazing. Not much could top that. So this is a great, excellent box set. Next one I have is the 2005 film Batman Begins, and I thought this movie was, good. I enjoyed it, but I feel like as time goes on, although it was, only 5 short years ago, I just feel like it doesn't really hold up as well. I mean, there's just parts in it that are just really boring. I mean, I feel like The Dark Knight, was a massive improvement over this, although this was still a really, really enjoyable flick, but, I just find myself, not really returning to it as often as the years go on, but still, definitely worth checking out. And of course, I have the sequel to that film, The Dark Knight. The late Heath Ledger playing the Joker, won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. He's stunning in this, and like I said, this is definitely the far superior film when it comes to Batman Begins with The Dark Knight. There's just no question. I mean, The Dark Knight is just the better movie all around. Next one I have is another fun 80s film, Batteries Not Included. I got this at Best Buy for like $5, and this was just, cool little film, executive produced by Spielberg, and, it's just a nifty little film for $5 to have in the collection. It's just, another fun little 80s film, so it's Batteries Not Included. The next one I have is in my opinion, one of Ron Howard's best films and one of Russell Crowe's best acting jobs, and that is, of course, A Beautiful Mind. Again, this is the film that I had bought years ago, and I accidentally bought it in full screen, so, one day down the road, if there's, maybe a Blu-ray release, I'll upgrade it on Blu-ray so I can have it in, the right way as a widescreen, so, it really sucks to have this in full screen, but this is, a lot of people claim this is a really overrated movie, but I really enjoy it. I think Russell Crowe did a really stand-up job in this one, so, Beautiful Mind. The next one I have is the first edition that they ever released of Beetlejuice, Tim Burton's second film. And I just hate these like really shitty snapper cases. I mean, this is just old school, no art on the disc, and it just sucks really all around. Just a real damper. So eventually when they decided to upgrade the film a few years back for the 20th anniversary deluxe edition, I had to pick it up. The special features aren't anything to die for, which sucks considering this was a 20th anniversary edition. They really should have gone, balls out. They do include 3 episodes of the animated Beetlejuice show, but, when are these companies gonna get it that, like, people don't want, an episode here, an episode there. They want full seasons of those cartoons, so, putting the episodes on this disc is just kind of like a cruel tease for people that actually want the show in its entirety, but, nonetheless, the film does look good, and it's definitely a massive upgrade over the shitty snapper case released back in the day. Moving on, this is another fun, pretty underrated Johnny Depp movie from 1993, Benny and June. I feel like when people talk about Depp, they'd, either have never seen this movie or never heard of it, but this is definitely one to check out. This is, of course, early on in his career, dating back to 1993, and it's just, a really cool, quirky, romantic comedy, and, Depp is, fantastic in it as always, so definitely check this one out. I enjoy that one a lot. The next one I have, being another, huge Zemeckis fan, it is the director's cut of Beowulf, and you could definitely tell from the Polar Express to this film, the motion capture was getting, that much better, and of course, in 2009 with A Christmas Carol, it just got that much better again, but this film was great. I remember, being assigned to read the book in high school. I absolutely did not do that because it seemed boring as shit, but, this movie definitely captured something that I probably would have been interested in reading had I known that it was, like, this friggin' cool, but I have really enjoyed this movie. I don't feel like this gets talked about enough, but it's a really, really great movie. Excellent cast, too. The next film that I have is from 1985, a great 80s film starring one of my favorite actors, John Cusack, and that is Better Off Dead. You also get an appearance by Amanda Weiss in this. She played Tina in the original A Nightmare on Elm Street, so this is just, a great, classic John Cusack film, one of his best. The next one I got is, it's actually the trilogy of Beverly Hills Cop, which is obviously the best, in addition to Beverly Hills Cop 2 and Beverly Hills Cop 3, which is the worst one of the bunch. Some people go and claim that it's the best. It's absolutely not. But yeah, the original Beverly Hills Cop is absolutely the best. Gonna get through a few more before I cut this video, and there's definitely going to be another part of this Bees section. So the next one is from Grindhouse Releasing, and it's The Beyond. This movie, I just saw it a few short months ago, and this was really, really great. Excellent, excellent horror film from the 70s. I would absolutely check this one out. The special features are pretty good on this. This is, the unrated, uncensored director's cut, so absolutely check this one out. Grindhouse Releasing did a great job on this. Next one is another great film from the 80s, another Tom Hanks one from 1988, Big. I absolutely love this movie. I think he is spectacular in it. It's so funny, just a really, really charming film. If you haven't seen this one, absolutely check this one out. I mean, you can't come up with Tom Hanks in the 80s and not think about this. It's one of his best roles, hands down. Well, I'm going to cut the video off here, so tune in to part 2 of the remaining movies in my collection that start with B. Thanks again for tuning in, guys. This is Frightener22.